All right. I'm here with Bram, founder and co-founder of a maritime software startup, and he was part of our Entrepreneur Mastery program. Bram, can you tell us how you got into the program? Like, what were your things that you really wanted to work on with us?
Yeah, well, I got in quite open-minded and got some room in my head and energy available to spend on my own development instead of the company. And it interested me to work together with a couple of coaches that were independent and had a more high overview of the way that I was working and doing my things. So that was the main reason to join and to grow tribute. Had a good story, that worked for me. Yeah.
Great. And when you got in, I think you just told me also is that you were pretty reactive. You were really working the day to day, doing whatever the business needed from you, putting out fires. You think that really that changed, right, throughout the process of these couple of weeks. What really changed for you in those weeks?
I've got a lot more ownership of my day-to-day energy, the way that I work, the choices that I make, and the way that I separate my work slash private life. Indeed, before I was working very much in the rush of the day. Things that got fired, I answered and responded on. And I got a lot more control about choices that I make. Be a lot more aware as well about different choices to make in a daily operation or in your day-to-day work life.
Right. What concretely did you change in your day-to-day in order to go from reactive to proactive?
Well, actually, a couple of things, but the first thing that really changed was the awareness of why you would do specific things or make specific choices. Another thing, a big thing, is that I started to exercise in a structured way, which brought me a lot of other extra stuff that I lost over the last years being an entrepreneur. And having you, Lennart, and the other coaches to, I would not say respond to or you do it for your own good, but it helps to have a group of people that are waiting and asking you questions and telling you, okay, did you actually exercise or did you skip this week? So
right. So the accountability was really a thing, like even the indirect one. Yeah,
cool. Exactly, and that worked very, very well.
Great to hear. Yeah. And you also mentioned that we talked about fun, like still having some fun while you're building the business, enjoying the journey. And that was really like a realization moment for you. Can you explain a little bit more about that?
Yeah, we had a really rough time. So we started our company in the 1st of January 2020. Well, 16th of March in the Netherlands, at least, we had COVID. So after that 2 years, no innovation, nothing was happening, no investment. So we had a really rough time keeping the company afloat. And that made, because of that reason, I was lived and I had a lot of living in the urge of the day. And one of the things that really helped indeed is the awareness to, okay, you have to have some fun activities because it really breaks up your daily routine, which you do not own at that moment. So really decide to do something fun, to take time for yourself, to take a walk, do something fun, sit outside for lunch, enjoy your environment. Making that decision really interrupted the urge of the day and made sure that I accomplished more in the end. And got more ownership of my energy and my schedule and my daily habits.
And that's really funny because it sounds counterintuitive, right? Whereas you're super busy and you need to get everything done, you're stuck in the operations, just doing whatever is fired at you, and then you decide to make a change and choose you first, and to go for fun and to go for a reflection moment in your week too, in order to actually get back in control. So by making a decision, if I were to summarize what you said, you actually chose you, and because of that, you start to feel control or feel in control mostly over your week and get back into like a proactive mode.
Yeah, and I believe so being busy is not difficult. Everybody can be busy with today's
Exactly.
email and the social media and stuff. It's a bigger challenge to make sure that you have the time and availability for your own development and your own choices.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Because during this program, you also went from a 6 to an 8 in terms of level of time for yourself. So you really carved out that time. You became more conscious of your time, started to implement for fun things, work on yourself, feel better in the process. So you definitely made that change.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And it was because you made me more aware of these choices, that they are actually an option to take.
Yeah. Interesting. And on the more of the business side, whereas you choose you in order to be more, more in control, feel more proactive, you also start to be more productive in your work week. What changed for you there?
Yeah, well, so it's always difficult in these times to not live in the rush of the day. So you get a lot of emails, a lot of attention, a lot of phone calls, people that want something from you, and because of the moments that you take for yourself, or to really decide to step out of it and to take a time to relax or do something fun, when you get back in, it's much easier to relate, or to evaluate a little bit about, okay, what is important now, what do I need to pick up now, and what can follow later or is not important at all. And because you make that small breaks, or you in your week or in your day, it helps you to become more productive, because a lot of the things that you would do if you would be in a I would not call it zombie mode, but in a sort of
machine
rest.
mode.
Yeah, exactly. And you do a lot of things, and you can be, in the end of the day, you would realize that you were very busy, but actually didn't accomplish a lot.
Right.
And that's something that it's not happening anymore, actually. Yeah.
So basically you became super aware. You became conscious of what was happening in your day. By stepping out, you actually had a moment to yourself, but you also came back in with the feeling of, what am I actually doing? What is working? What's not useful? What matters the most? What does not matter? And you actually start to make more concrete, intentional choices throughout your day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Super interesting. Yeah. How did this whole process help your business in the end? How did this benefit your business?
I got more structure, more overview, more energy. So simply my own energy got up. Well, I think, so the timing was right. So a lot of other stuff happened as well, but I think, it helped the business in the sense that we have more grip on our daily, on my daily work, on what I need to do, my tasks, my goals, and how I want to achieve them, instead of all sorts of commercial companies that want something from you and continuously bothering you with offers. I'm the one that now decides, okay, am I going to spend time on this or not, and energy? And because you do not switch tasks that often, it's easier to manage. So if you sometimes have, I used to have a day when I closed down my laptop, there were 20 screens open of unfinished stuff that I started, PowerPoint, email, I don't know, Excel sheets. And now, by making a choice, okay, I'm going to spend my time here, you finish the task, and that makes you more productive all of a sudden, automatically, practically.
Yeah, super interesting to hear. Because in the end, if we change, if the personal growth that we go through happens, then our business changes. Because in the end, like, you are that business system. The business relies much on you. But if you change your way of operating, you feel much more in control. That's also how your business starts to operate, right? That whole system changes. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Interesting.
Exactly.
And as a last point, I do recall we were doing a visualization on identity, and going into your future version of you, who you can be if you were to dream big and feel that moment of, what is my fullest potential as a business owner, as a human being. And you were in the car during that visualization, and you didn't have your eyes closed. We have to say that just for safety reasons. But you had this really interesting moment, right? Can you explain a little bit more about that?
Yeah, that was really funny. Indeed, you asked us, okay, please think of who would be the best version of you. How would you enter a room? How would you feel? How would you... And the funny thing is, at the end, I noticed that I needed to adjust my back mirror
Yeah,
because I was
rear view
sitting
mirror.
more, yeah, it's sitting more upright than before. So I was a little bit, I don't know. It was the end of the day, so I was sitting in the car, maybe a little bit tired or then. But in the end, after this session and after this exercise, I noticed that I was sitting more upright, was more confident, and I needed to adjust my rear view mirror.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah, super interesting. And that's how it works, right? Like the mind changes state. We visualize what we can be and we feel that way. We start acting
yeah.
like it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's as well telling you or showing how powerful the mind is in the end, what it can do for you, and the way you think or the way you position yourself and the way you look at yourself at your daily operation. Yeah, that it's funny that it works like that because yeah, it's a very powerful thing, and I think it's an underestimated thing. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for sharing. Is there any last things that you want to say?
No, I want to thank you very much. I really liked the program, and I really enjoyed working with you and with the other guys, learning from each other. And I think it was a very nice vehicle in the time of my life today to make a step. No, super interesting. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for joining and putting in the work because we really see the changes and the results that you have. And that's just why we do what we do. So thanks so much.
thank you. Yeah.